4-day workshop is not just about passive information gathering. It is about implementing what we learn and attain a tangible result. It's all about that. Okay. So you have to be absolutely ready for that. So what we're going to do, I will conduct a coaching session, after which you will immediately implement, take an action that you need to take. I will tell you what you need to do. You will do that, and before you go to bed tonight, as I've been saying, you will achieve a tangible result. Okay, so this is what it is. Now I'm going to quickly share my screen. I see that a few people still have to join, but since the session is getting recorded, we'll not wait for them. We will get started. So once again, welcome all of you to this very, very exciting and a highly transformative journey. Please make sure that you take the action that you are required to take in order for you to get a flavor of that transformation that I am talking about. Okay. Now, see, what is our goal here? Our goal is to become a 10x story leader. Correct? That is what we are moving towards. Someone who's able to inspire, who's able to motivate, who's able to persuade people to take some sort of an action. Correct? That is a 10x story leader. That is what we want to become. And for that, we need to acquire certain skills. Slowly and steadily, we will get there step by step, one level at a time. But the process has to begin with self analysis. Remember, I made a mention of this in the last session that you have to know where you currently stand when it comes to your current ability to speak effectively, right? Today's session, today's level one that you will achieve after the session will help you with this. It will let you know where you currently stand. Okay, so today's level has a dual purpose. The first purpose, of course, is of self analysis. So you will come to know where you currently stand when it comes to communicating effectively. The second purpose it will serve, that it will enhance your self efficacy. Self efficacy is basically your belief in your own ability to achieve your goals and aspirations. So when you complete level 1 today, you will automatically get the evidence that yes, I am capable enough to move to the next level. That is the evidence based coaching methodology that we have been following at Super Resources Academy. Okay, so that's the dual purpose it is going to serve. All right, now see, you have to understand that when you get started on any journey of transformation, you will go through different stages. Now, in psychology, there are 4 stages of competence. The first stage of competence is unconscious incompetence. This is a very dangerous place to be in. This is total ignorance, which means that you are not aware of. It's like you don't know what you don't know. You're not even aware of it. You understand? That is the heights of ignorance, right? So that is unconscious incompetence. But it is better to know what you don't know. It's fine to not know, but it is dangerous to not know what you don't know, right? Then you can't do anything about it. But the next stage is conscious incompetence. How does this happen? See, for example, if there is a dark room, you open the door and the lights, it's pitch dark inside. Your goal is to clean that room. You know it's been closed for a long time, but now you can't see a thing. You can't see anything. It's so dark inside. So where do you start? You don't even know what needs to be fixed, what needs to be moved, what needs to be cleaned. You don't even know it, right? But then you have a flashlight with you. So you turn on that flashlight. Now there's light in the room. With that light, you suddenly become aware as to what needs what kind of fixing. Okay, so if everything is in a mess in that room, you know what to do. You know which piece of furniture needs to be shifted, what all you need to clean. So you make a plan then, right? This flashlight is exemplifies awareness. So when you bring a little awareness into your life, it becomes obvious to you which areas of your life require to be fixed, what areas of your life require to be worked upon. So when you go through a process of self analysis, which today's activity is going to serve, you will know what are those areas of improvement in your life, because for the first time you will be able to see how the audience sees you and how they hear you. You understand? When you get that feedback, you will come to know what are those areas of improvement when it comes to you becoming a powerful speaker. When you know the areas of improvement, only then are you in a position to make a plan. When you make a plan, there is a probability that you will follow the plan, so you take action, and only if you take action, you will attain a tangible result. No action, no result. If you agree with me, if you agree on this one thing, type action in the chat box. If you don't take action, you will not achieve anything. As I said, you can sit and visualize all day long about your dreams and your ambitions, but you will never experience the physical equivalent of that or something really tangible if you don't take action. Okay, so action is important. But the important part to understand here is the awareness that you brought into your life right now. So through self-analysis, you became aware as to what you don't know. That is a process, that is a stage of awareness, that is conscious incompetence. Now you are aware of your incompetence. Okay, the next stage, when you take action, when you do everything properly, you will reach a stage of competence. Now it changed. Conscious incompetence, this is a process of pure learning. Here's where you have transformed, you have done everything that you had to do, and you achieved some results, and you have transformed. You are consciously aware of your transformation. You are aware that, yes, I have become good now, right? So you're aware of your competence, but is this sufficient? We don't have to get stuck here. We have to go to another level. And that's the ultimate level, and that is unconscious competence. This is a level of mastery. So the process started with unconsciousness, it will end with unconsciousness. The only difference is it starts with unconscious incompetence, where you don't even know what you don't know, and it ends with unconscious competence, where you are so competent that you are no longer even aware of it. It's a subconscious thing for you. Like I always give the example of driving a car. Today you drive it so well that you don't consciously think of it every day, like, oh, I'm so good at driving this car, wow, I'm really good. It's unconscious competence. When you reach a level of mastery in a certain field, in a certain art, you're no longer aware of that competence, and that is the stage we have to reach. That is pure mastery. If you agree, type mastery in the chat box. If you agree that this is the ultimate stage, type mastery in the chat box. Okay, so when I take you through a process level by level that is very scientifically laid down, if you diligently follow everything that I ask you to follow in the exact same sequence that I ask you to follow, it will become inevitable that you will start to transform. You will notice the difference. You will notice the difference. Tomorrow, you will notice a difference. I guarantee you. Okay, because today you will do something, tomorrow you will do something again, and you will notice the difference. It's going to be that quick. You only have to take action. You have to surrender to the process. See, I know most of you here, all of you, have a lot of experience, good education. Okay, all of you are knowledgeable, experienced people. Okay, I totally value that experience in this group right now. But for 4 days, 1 hour a day, only 4 hours of your life, I'm asking for. I want you to surrender. Leave everything behind right now, because sometimes we come in our own way. Even our accomplishments come in our own way, because we may become too rigid about certain things. It acts as a baggage. Okay. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to completely surrender to this process and just do everything that is expected out of you. And then you see the transformation. You just see how you feel by the end of it. You don't even have to wait till the end of 4 days. You just see tomorrow. I'm saying till tomorrow you see. Okay. And then you will yourself get the evidence that you are more than capable of moving to the next level. That's evidence-based coaching methodology for you. Okay. So does that make sense? Do I have your commitment? If you agree, then say yes. Do I have your commitment? Do I have your commitment that you will surrender to the process and you will get a flavor of your transformation? Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for all the participation. Keep that going, because that keeps me highly motivated to conduct the session. Okay, great. Now, I'm sure we all know who this man is. He's Warren Buffett. This man is the CEO of a multinational conglomerate holding company called Berkshire Hathaways. He is uh, in the top 10 list. Okay, he's one of the most successful and the wealthiest people in the world. But do you know that this man had a fear of public speaking? When he was a child, he would dread standing in front of an audience and speak. When he reached college, he was in college, he would decide whether or not to attend a certain lecture, depending on if he felt that the professor would ask him to stand up and say something. Okay, so if he had the slightest doubt that maybe the professor might or might not He was not sure, but if he felt that he might ask him to stand up and say something in that session, in that class, he would bunk the lecture. That's how terrified he was. Now, he knew that this is going to act as a roadblock in his life, so he tried to work on it. He tried to take some action. He joined a few courses, but just before those courses would begin, he would back out. He would say, I lost the nerve, because he knew that if he attends a public speaking course, obviously he will be made to stand up and say something, correct? It's like you go to swim and you expect that the instructor will never ask you to enter the water. That's totally ridiculous, right? That's not going to happen. It's very naive, right? So he knew that that would happen. So he would back out. But when he was about 21 years old, that's when he started his career in the securities business. And he knew that now if he does not do something about this, he's going to be totally doomed. Okay, that is when he makes a very firm decision. So like I always say, there's a solid power in making a firm decision, in saying enough is enough, I can't take it anymore. Okay, he makes a firm decision and he joins Dale Carnegie's public speaking course. Dale Carnegie is the master of all masters when it comes to communication. I'm sure you all have heard of him. Like him, there were another 30 people who were a part of that batch, and his life completely transformed from that point on. Many years later, he was asked by a television interviewer. She asked him that, what type of habits did you inculcate or develop in your early 20s and 30s that you think are really responsible for all the success that you have achieved in your lifetime? So he thinks for a moment and he says that one must be able to communicate their thoughts and ideas effectively to the outside world. Otherwise, they will never be able to live their full potential. So, almost entirely, he gave the credit to the power of being able to communicate effectively to all the success that he has achieved. Of course, he's put in a lot of hard work, and maybe he was born in a rich family. We don't know that, but to even take things forward, to manage this whole thing is not a cakewalk, right? To manage people is not a cakewalk. So beyond a certain point in your career, it's all about being able to communicate effectively and getting the job done rather than you doing all the legwork on your own. Do you agree? Right? That is exactly what he said. Now, if this man feels the fear of public speaking, why do we then beat ourselves down for feeling it? It is not required because everyone on the surface of this planet feels the fear. It's absolutely legitimate. No one is a born public speaker, right? Nobody is born with a PowerPoint clicker in the hand, as I always say. No, nobody is. Everybody feels the fear. The only difference between people who are able to manage their fear now is the fact that they are doing it very often. Most of them are professionally trained. They know how to manage their fear on the platform. That is the difference between somebody who thinks they will figure it out on their own and who struggles to find the path. Because if you're going to watch some unstructured videos on YouTube and just randomly pick up any book, you're going to be demotivated beyond a certain point. You need structure, you need an organized program to take you through this one level at a time. Okay, and that is exactly what you've done. So that's simply amazing. What do you think must have changed in this man? What changed are habits. If you can change your habits, everything changes. The entire process that we have formed here, okay, the way we will conduct these sessions and the way you will do certain things, everything has been designed for you to develop a new powerful habit. Okay, there is repetition, but there is very organized repetition. It's very structured, it's very systematic, it's very scientific. When it is done in this way, then the habits that you form are going to be very powerful and they're going to add a lot of value to your life. Anything that you do repeatedly, it will eventually become a habit, and you are leading your life through all these habits. Okay. See, there's this book written on habits, okay, where there's something called as the habit loop. This book is called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. It's a wonderful book. He talks about the habit loop, okay? Now, Charles talks about the fact that the habit loop is a three-part process. There is a cue. I will explain it, okay? There's a cue, there's a routine, and there is a reward. So, what is the cue? Let me explain it to you in the context of public speaking. Now, what happens generally speaking when someone suddenly comes to know that they have to go and speak somewhere a week from now? So maybe your boss comes and tells you that, okay, we are attending this conference and I would like you to be a speaker there. We've got a 20-minute time slot. There'll be 200 people attending your talk. Now, that's a cue. Something hit your ears, it hit your brain, it's processing, it's going to generate an emotion. Now, that triggers a behavior. The cue came, it triggers a behavior. The next thing, there is a routine, which is the behavior itself. Out of habit, what you will feel? Immediate anxiety and fear, extreme anxiety and fear that, oh my God, I have to do this 200 people, 1 week, that's it. I'm not even that knowledgeable. I've never addressed a large audience like this. All these thoughts are now coming to you. That's automatic behavior. It's routine. You are habituated to feeling like that. So it will automatically happen. And what will you do again out of habit? You will avoid. Mostly, I'm saying no, not all of you, most people avoid because that is their habit. So they will say, no, actually, I'm busy that day. Maybe I have a client escalation to handle. I'm really managing a very critical project and there's some escalation, and all kinds of excuses will come and you will eventually land up avoiding that speaking engagement. Now, that temporary relief that you got, you don't know has done more harm than good. You right. But the third part is that there is a reward. There is a reward which is making you reinforce this behavior. What is the reward? The reward is that you got rid of the speaking engagement and you are experiencing this temporary relief. It's a breath of fresh air that it's gone to someone else. It's all off my head. It's gone. So now what you will do, because you are getting that reward, you are going to reinforce the behavior. Next time the same cue comes, routine behavior will happen, avoidance will take place, same reward. Now you're stuck in a loop again and again and again and again and again. Same thing is happening. But is this serving us? That is a bigger question. Is this serving us? It really is not. I told you in the last session that your visibility and exposure play a bigger role as compared to your performance when it comes to you getting those promotions and those salary hikes and those amazing jobs, right? So if you're not going to be visible to people, if you're not going to be taking up those speaking engagements, how in the world do you even expect someone to know what you're really made of? You understand? So that's your opportunity. Can you change the habit? You can. Where will you change it? The cue will remain the same. Bear in mind, the cue will remain the same. It'll come the same way. The same thing will come to you. What you can do is change something here consciously. You may still feel that little anxiety and fear, but now, because you're getting trained, you're formally getting oriented into this, your mindset is shifting. You know it is important for you to take up these engagements. Maybe you'll go a little bit, you'll try to push yourself and say that, okay, let me try it. Let me take it. So you accept it. You take it. You've done something different now. Despite of the fact that the cue was same, it triggered the same behavior, but you still did something different. So you start preparing yourself. You prepare for the talk. You go and you deliver the talk. Now you may have not done as well as you thought you would. Maybe you fumbled a little. Maybe you went blank here and there. Maybe you felt those typical stage fright symptoms. Okay, that's fine. But you still pulled it off. You still did it. For the first time in your life, you have a memory of success that I gave a talk to 200 people today. Wow. I made mistakes, but now you know how to prepare for it next time. Maybe until you had done this, you didn't know what to do. You thought you know what to do, but you did something and you went and you pulled it off. Now you got a real experience. You have feedback. Next time you prepare, you'll do better. So the reward has changed. Bear in mind. Now the reward was not avoidance and that temporary relief. The reward was that I addressed so many people and I felt good. I got the visibility. My pictures were taken, my video was shot, and I was able to post it on social media platforms. I got a lot of visibility. My reward changed. When my reward changes, I will reinforce the new behavior. Now the cue comes, behavior changed. Instead of rejecting, I will accept. I will prepare. My reward is getting better and better and better. Now I am reinforcing the new behavior, new habit loop. So you're always going to be stuck in a habit loop, but some habit loops are going to serve you, some are not going to serve you. Okay. This is how habits are going to play a massive role in your life. What the goal of this entire program is to enable you to form new, powerful habits that you've never imagined in your life. It's all about that. As I said, you can't expect to get another result by doing the same thing again and again. That is a perfect definition of insanity, correct? So if you agree that habits are that major driving force in your life, type habits in the chat box. Okay? It's all about habit formation, period. One word. It's just one word and it's everything. Okay, as human beings, we are animals of habit. Everything we do is because of habit. We only have to form good habits. That's it. We will work on autopilot. Why do we say conditioning of the mind or programming of the mind? Are we a computer? But we sort of resemble that. You understand? Like how a program, a piece of software can be programmed and it works exactly that way. We are quite similar to that actually. If the mind is programmed in a way, what is programmed, the conscious or the subconscious? The subconscious gets programmed because of repetition. Then what you do is automatic. You just become like that. It's automatic. It's not even in your conscious awareness. Conscious, unconscious competence, that is a level of mastery I'm talking about. Okay, so excellent, great. Now see, as I said, evidence based coaching methodology is all about experiencing those small wins. When I make you do something today after the session, the purpose of it is to make you experience a small win today itself before you hit the bed. When you experience that small win, you're going to feel so much more capable of moving to the next level. You know, they say there is a study done on this. I talked about it in the last session as well, that when you experience small wins every single day, you will be 37% better over a year in that particular skill. But you know that we're going to take a parallel route as well and we're going to compress that. Okay, but there is another power that is here. There is another unspoken route we never talk about. I say there is a tactical route. There is another route, which is NLP, which is we work on the level of your mind and we reprogram your brain for public speaking success. There's another route which is unspoken, a supportive environment, proximity. When you are in proximity to the right people, the right mentor, the right community, your transformation becomes inevitable. See, why do we not let our children play with the wrong kind of children? Because we know that if they spend a lot of time with them, they will automatically become like them without even knowing that they are becoming like them. They are picking up their habits unknowingly. That is exactly what will happen to you. When you are in the midst of the right people who have good habits, who have an expansive identity, all of that will rub onto you. And eventually, you will also start to become like that. You know, there was 2 years back, a lady by the name Manjula Roy came to me. She she was struggling with confidence. Okay, Manjula is a special educator. Her own child is a special child suffering from autism. So she teaches autistic children. Okay. But she said that I struggle with confidence when it comes to addressing a bunch of parents or maybe other teachers and principals. I get very nervous, she says, and I struggle to express myself really well. Please help me with this. 2 years ago, she's still a part of the community. She's a diamond member today. She has become such a good communicator. See, what does not matter in this journey, on this journey, is the language fluency. You can make a few grammatical errors, you can mispronounce a few words, no problem at all. Can you make an impact? That is what it is. If you understand the underlying principles of good communication, even if you have a few errors here and there, no problem at all. That is not a roadblock at all. Most people think that's a roadblock and they don't even work on themselves. That is not a roadblock. If our prime minister would have thought that was a roadblock, I don't think he would have been a prime minister today. Correct? So that's not a roadblock at all. Now, I want to show you her video. Today, this lady is able to record videos that are 19 minutes, 20 minutes at length without any breaks. She's able to talk. She made a video where she wanted to share her experience, and I'm just going to share that with you today. Okay, she's our diamond member. She's still in the community, still with me. It's been such a long time. Okay, so just hear her out.
Hi, my name is Manjula Roy. I'm from Bangalore. By profession, I'm a special educator. I'm working with special needs children and adults. So I have joined the course in 2022. I wanted to work on myself, wanted to work on my confidence level, and also to have a change. After joining the course, I found the course is more than my expectations. It's more than public speaking, public communication, and all. Perseus Udachia, he is a super talented person, and I should say is a real motivator. The way he designed the course, the way he crafted, it's very systematic. He's very passionate about that to train us. Every week we have intensive session. Every week we have intensive learning, intensive practice session. So it's very systematic. Once you have got the chance, once you have got the opportunity to join the course, I'm sure by taking the decision to join the course, you'll be proud of yourself. So we are in the community, and I hope see you all there. Thank you so much.
To only see this video was a breath of fresh air for me, because when Manjula, I remember when she would struggle to speak even a few words, and to record a video like this is just amazing. What you're seeing is only a little trailer. She has recorded videos in her practice sessions that I'm telling you are like 20 minutes at length, okay? Without any cuts, continuous, with slide presentations and with hand gestures and movements and everything in place. Unbelievable. How does that happen? That happens when a person is very dedicated and they diligently follow the process the way it has been laid out. Okay. And then it is pure science. It has to work. That's the compound effect. When you experience small wins over time the compound effect will take place. It'll become turn into something bigger, right? So the evidence-based coaching methodology that we follow is simply based on a simple logic that every small win that you experience to the levels that are there, you will experience a sustainable transformation over a period of time, and that period of time is not too long if you follow the process exactly the way it has been laid out, as I always say. Okay, that's the power of it all. Now let's come to something very important, and we're getting closer to what we need to do today. Okay, but we're going to learn something important. We're going to learn what is one of the first thing a speaker must work on, and this is something which has been inspired by TED speakers. Okay, so what do you think? After mindset, what is the first thing you should start to work on? If your goal is to deliver a TED style talk to a large audience, what do you feel about that right now? The thought of delivering a talk to a large audience, so that's the cue. What is the routine for you right now? There is a little anxiety and fear that comes, right? So you want to know how to build that confidence. Am I right or wrong? You want to know how to build confidence on the platform. Yes, no, maybe. Would you like to know that? What is what are some of the ways followed by TED speakers when it comes to managing their fear on the platform? I hope you heard me correctly. I said managing their fear. Tell me one thing honestly. When you see somebody executing a lot of confidence, by default you feel that they are naturally like that. Yes, no, maybe. You feel like that? Do you feel like that? That they are born like that? And I am born the opposite. See, that is the misconception that there is. What you see is the tip of the iceberg. What you don't see, what is beneath. What that person has gone through to come up above the surface level. You don't see that. So you just feel that the person is naturally like that. Maybe they've always been a great communicator. They're just making all this up. How is it possible? That's not possible at all. Well, if you're going to live with this misconception, then you are creating a roadblock in your life, because then you are blocking your transformation, because that belief is your blockage. That belief, you have to drop that belief. If you drop that belief, magic will happen in your life. Magic, that is the word. Real magic. You can't even begin to imagine what you are capable of doing. Only if you understood what the capability of the human mind really is. First things first, You have to understand what fear really is. Most of us feel fear is a very bad thing because everywhere people say that fear is this and fear is that and paralyzes you and all of that, while they are not entirely wrong, but they're not giving you the full information. Fear is a natural defense mechanism. Go to any psychologist or any mental health practitioner, this is what they will tell you. When people go with extreme anxiety and fear to them, and the person starts to counsel them, this is the first thing they tell them. They explain to them what anxiety is, why do they feel it. It is natural. It is a natural defense mechanism. It is a way to keep the mind is trying to keep you safe. The intention of the mind, it's a primal reaction. See, in the olden days, it was not an uncommon thing for suddenly to encounter a tiger or a lion in front of you, correct? It was a natural thing back in those days, right? Because animals and I think human beings would coexist in jungles or whatever it is, right? Now, at that point, if you felt so confident in front of a lion, would that help you? Would that serve you? Or that would kill you? That would definitely kill you because you're nothing but a nice little snack to that lion. You understand? So that fear that you feel throws you in a state, in a mental state. It's called fight or flight mode. So you either run for your survival or you fight for your survival. One of the two you have to do. You can't just stand there. You have to do something. So when you feel that extreme fear and you're thrown into that fight or flight mode, that's when you do something, and that causes anxiety. That anxiety is legitimate at that point. The problem is that this primal fear has now taken over. We are no longer in a society where we have to face a lion or a tiger. Okay, facing people, facing an audience is not a matter of life and death, but our reaction is still the same. So you have to understand what fear really is. And then you have to be able to manage that fear. Whatever you learn today is not going to help you get rid of your fear. We're not doing that. It cannot happen. We are only going to help you manage that fear. What are some of the strategies used by the best speakers in the world when it comes to managing your fear on the platform? Are we all on board with this? Are we on board with this? All of us? Yes, Rashi, it will be uploaded, so don't worry. Yes. Are we all on board with this? Okay. So we have to understand what fear really is. Now let's understand how is it that some speakers are able to execute so much of confidence on the platform. The first thing I'm going to talk about, I mentioned it last time. When there is passion for your topic, when there is an emotional connection with your topic, okay, that sense of purpose, that sense of mission. So any challenges that you have gone through in your life, I have told you this before, that challenge was deliberately induced in your life so that you take action. Okay, so like I say, that the purpose of pain is not meant for you to suffer. The purpose of pain is to move you into action. All right, when you understand that and you start feeling very passionate about something, it is only natural for you to execute confidence on the platform. But there is a mistake people make here. The people with a passion mindset, okay, let me ask you a simple question. How many of you here believe that passion is to be discovered? I have to discover my passion. Then I have to go out there in the real world looking for an opportunity, maybe even a job that matches my passion. When I do that, that is the recipe for me to live happily ever after. Agree or disagree? Just type that in the chat box. Agree or disagree? Type it in the chat box. Agree or disagree? That passion is something that has to be discovered. You have to find it. Okay. Okay. Disagree, someone says. Okay. Agree. Okay. All right. Disagree. Okay. Agree, but not necessary. Okay. See, uh, a lot of people now see last time I made a mention of it. So you have a little bit of a glimpse of what I'm going to tell you. The people who have a passion mindset are the ones who believe that passion was given to them at birth and they have to discover that passion. See, when I talk about your purpose in lifetime, in this life, and all of those things, that is a little bit different. Okay. Passion is a little bit different. It's like you develop a liking for something so much so that you go an extra mile to acquire all the specialized knowledge that there is. If not all, at least you'll try your best to acquire. Okay, you'll gain some relevant experience in that particular field or that art. You'll put things into practice, you'll do it again and again, and over time you'll gain mastery. Passion is a result of mastery. It is not given to us at birth. If Steve Jobs would have followed his passion much early on in his life, at best, he would have been a teacher at a monastery. At best. He had reasonable interest in technology. He explored it. He gained some relevant experience, got some specialized knowledge, over time gained mastery in that particular field. That mastery led him towards his passion. He was not given this passion at birth, please understand. So don't get it backwards, because that is a perfect way to start from the wrong end of the tunnel. And these kind of people are always living this illusion, and they're not taking any action because they're finding something that doesn't exist. It is an endless journey. You're not going to find because it doesn't exist. You understand? I was not passionate about doing this earlier. Because of my past experiences, I started to work on myself. I gained a lot of specialized knowledge. I read a lot. I exposed myself to this thing. I started becoming good at it. So much so that I gained a level of mastery at some point. That is where the passion element came in. Okay. See, there is this amazing book. Read this book. It's called So Good They Can't Ignore You. It's by Cal Newport. He's the same author of the book called Deep Work. He's a professor at the Harvard Business School. He has written this book and he talks about the passion mindset. He talks about career capital. Okay, it's all about that, and he is busting the passion mindset right now. They conducted a small experiment on students. Okay, so 100 students. They conducted a survey wanting to find out that do these students have passion, and obviously most of them had passion. That was amazing. 94% of them had passion. Only problem was that less than 4% of these 94% people had a passion that had anything to do with their career, making money, or business. Everything else was all hobby style passions. But then you will argue that okay, can someone not build a career in swimming or tennis or all of those things or playing the piano? Yes, they can. I'm not saying no. What are your chances? That is the question. So you have to be able to differentiate between a hobby and a passion. You have to understand that difference. So just bear one thing in mind, that if you want to be a powerful speaker, you can speak on any topic provided you have you care to acquire specialized knowledge, you gain relevant experience, over time you gain mastery in that particular field, you will automatically become passionate about it. That is how people become passionate over time in a certain art. I'm saying this today because this is directly connected to the activity, to the level one that you need to achieve. This is directly connected to that. Okay, that is why I am explaining this to you. Are you convinced by this? Do you agree that passion is a result of mastery? If yes, type yes. If no, say no. Okay, are you convinced that passion is a result of mastery? Read this book also, by the way. Okay, read this book. It's an amazing book. It will change your perspective, and when it changes your perspective, you'll start doing something different in your life, rather than passively waiting to find your passion which does not exist. Okay, awesome. So now, the first thing I said, the first secret to gaining confidence on the platform is to have an emotional connection with your topic. That will automatically give you the confidence, because you're going to be very enthusiastic about sharing what you know with the audience. The second secret, there is something called as the 1,000-hour rule. This is inspired from another book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Excellent book. In this book, he talks about a concept called deliberate practice. Deliberate practice. See, understand that when you get a speaking engagement at work, you have an opportunity to speak. Most people think of that particular engagement as a way for them to practice in public speaking. That is not practice. That is the moment of truth. If you are a football player, the tournament, is that an opportunity for you to practice, or that is the moment of truth for you? That is where you have to show what you're made of. You have to practice before, correct? That's called deliberate practice. When you set a goal that I want to become a very powerful speaker, and there is this process in front of you, there are these different levels, there is a scientific process laid down, and you follow that process and you diligently take action, you are basically doing something that's called deliberate practice. You are practicing every single day. Then, when a speaking engagement comes and you go and you deliver that talk, that is the moment of truth. It was an opportunity for you to show the world what you're really made of. Okay. So, what Malcolm Gladwell says is that if you can put in 10,000 hours of practice, it is simply inevitable that you will gain mastery in any field, be it public speaking, a sport, or a piece of technology you're learning. If you put in deliberate practice, it is inevitable because the same science is at play, which is neuroplasticity. Those nerve cells, neurons are connecting with one another, and because of constant repetition, they're getting stronger and stronger and stronger, enabling you to become a master at this craft. Okay. You only have to surrender, as I said. Don't let your own thinking come in your way. Sometimes we are the roadblock. Our great experience can either be a boon, or it can also act as a baggage. Sometimes it is a baggage. We have to accept that, okay? Because as I said, everything that we did up till this point got us to a certain level. Now to move to the next level, you've got to do something different. So you've got to be open and you've got to surrender. Surrender to someone who's been there, done that. That person can flatten your learning curve. That's why I'm saying surrender to this process. I have been there, done that. My learning curve has been extremely steep all my life, but I can flatten that for you. I can compress the number of years you require to transform. If you take the trial and error approach, eventually you will find out. The only problem is that you will require a lot more time than you can even begin to imagine, because you will never in your life take a systematic approach. You will get busy. That is the greatest disease of our recent time. We're too busy. Everyone is too busy to do something important, as important as working on ourselves and bringing that major transformation in our life. We're too busy doing things, sending emails, answering to phone calls. We're too busy, and then we are complaining that we don't get promoted, we don't get that amazing job, right? Because we are too busy. That is the problem. We have to start doing things that are important. That is the rule of time management, right? Do things that are important. Busy, everybody is busy, but the top people who are top there in the top 5% of people, they're not busy. They're doing important work. They're doing what matters. So that is a mindset shift. Okay. So deliberate practice is very important. That is what will enable you to become a very powerful speaker. And starting today, you're going to do that. Okay. Next thing, there is what is required is a change of focus. See, when you go on the platform, why are you feeling those nerves? Ask yourself a simple question. What is going on in your mind? You are giving undue attention to the self. How will people see me? How will they hear me? Will they ridicule me? Am I dressed okay? Your focus is on yourself. Undue attention, not required. It's not required. That is instead of focusing on what you have come there to deliver, instead of focusing on the message and on the audience, you are giving yourself that focus, that attention, which is the reason why you are getting very nervous. There is another reason. Sometimes we take things for granted. We look at another person delivering a talk in a very natural and an authentic way. We make a false assumption that this person is directly speaking from the heart. They're not prepared. That is wrong. If a person is appearing very natural and authentic to you, they have really put in a lot of effort. That is the reason why they're looking like that and they're appearing like that. And you go without proper preparation, without proper structure, your mind is relatively empty. You think that your mind will become extremely creative in front of the audience, and it fails you more often than not, because you go into a different state and your mind will close on you. It will simply close on you. Then what will happen? You are just about to do something that is generally a little bit fearful for you. It's a fearful activity for you. What kind of thoughts are going to be there in the vicinity at that point? There are going to be thoughts of fear and anxiety. And because you haven't really fed your mind with a lot, you haven't put enough structure to your talk, you haven't prepared enough, your mind is relatively empty, and these kind of thoughts are in the vicinity, very naturally, you're going to go and latch on to those thoughts. And you will, if you latch on to thoughts of fear and anxiety, you will embody all those emotions. And that is the reason why you paralyze there. You freeze. Your mind goes blank and you start fumbling. Your body language becomes totally awkward. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to stand. You don't know where to look. You understand? It's completely awkward. Your body language does not even align with your words. All these things are happening to you simply because of this. Now, what's the remedy to this? Dale Carnegie gave an example of an empty glass. This is supposed to be empty. I don't know why it looks black, but it's supposed to be an empty glass. What is there in this glass right now? I know I'm saying it sounds like a silly question. I'm saying it's empty, but I'm saying what is there in this glass right now? Can anyone tell me? Can you type it in the chat box? What is there in this glass right now? It's empty, but there's something in there. Despite of the fact that it's empty, there's air. Absolutely, there's air. I want to replace this air from this glass. What can I do? What can I do? How do I replace it? What can I do? How do I replace? What do I replace it with? I have to replace it with something. Water. Absolutely. I pour water. Now there's water, there's no air. What do I do now? How do I replace those thoughts of fear and anxiety from my mind? I will fill my mind with my content so that whatever I have come here to deliver, when I put proper structure to my talk and I prepare well and I feed my mind with my content matter and all of my content is at the forefront of my mind, now what will happen? Though the thoughts of fear and anxiety will not completely go away, bear this in mind. They will not completely go away, but they will be pushed away into the periphery. They will not be your center of focus. And as long as they are not your center of focus, you will not embody those emotions, not 100%. You will still feel a little fear and anxiety, but the intensity will be very less. And now, because your mind is filled with your content matter, the perfect structure, things will start to flow a little more easily. Those early moment jitters will be taken care of because things will flow through you because there is preparation in place. Remember one important thing: fluency. When I say fluency, I am not talking about language fluency. When I say fluency on the platform, it simply means your ability to speak without getting stuck, without your mind going blank, without throwing in too many fillers. Fluency on the platform is almost entirely a matter of preparation. One word: preparation. A prepared speaker deserves to be confident. So the TED speakers that you see on the platform who are able to execute that kind of confidence on the platform and they're able to speak without fumbling, without their mind going blank at a stretch for 20 minutes, it is because they are very well prepared. They're not speaking straight from their heart. They have a perfect structure to their talk. They have planned everything and they have tweaked every sentence to perfection. That is the way they're able to do what they are doing. Okay. So there are many more strategies to managing your nerves on the platform, but these three are very important. If you can just take care of these three, you're going to be very well placed. Okay. So passion, deliberate practice, preparation. These three things you bear in mind, and you will do something different on the platform. Does this make sense? Agree? Yeah, great. Now, all of this sounds good, perfect, but we need a roadmap. See, our goal is clear. Tomorrow, say you want to go somewhere, you know where you want to go. Your destination is very clear. You don't know how to get there, or maybe you know, but it's very faint in your mind. It's not very clear. You want a perfect roadmap. If you have a proper roadmap, the probability of you reaching your destination is very high, almost close to 100%. So you decide with your family that you want to go to this amazing restaurant, which is in a very different locality. You've never been there. What will you do? Before you start your car, you're going to turn your GPS, you'll feed the location there, and you'll follow the path. If you follow the path diligently, exactly the way it is taking you, the probability of you reaching your destination is close to 100%. Unless something happens, some roadblock somewhere or something, and you change your mind. But it is close to 100%. But what if you suddenly, despite the fact that you're being guided by GPS, you feel like taking a left turn when GPS is saying take a right turn? It's not based on what you know, it's based on how you just felt at that point. You said, maybe I think it's from here. You go there. Now you are figuring out. GPS is on, but you are still figuring out something alongside parallel route you've taken. What is the probability of you reaching your destination on time? It is very less. So what is important is that you follow a perfectly laid out path in the exact sequence. then the probability of you achieving your goal is very high, close to 100%. All right. What is the roadmap in our case? Our destination is clear. We want to become a very powerful communicator, someone who's able to inspire, motivate, and influence. That is very clear. How we get there is what we now need to figure out. Okay. I told you there is a perfectly laid out roadmap that we follow, and that is TED Talks. We follow the TED format. I will tell you everything that is being done by a TED speaker. All right. That is the format we follow because I can tell you with absolute certainty, based on my research, based on the hundreds of TED Talks that I've watched and studied, that there is a template, there is a format they follow. And this template is very scientific. It has a perfect structure. It understands human psychology. It has taken into consideration human psychology. How does someone really get inspired? How does a human being feel motivated? How does a person get persuaded to take some sort of an action just by listening to someone speak? That's human psychology. That is incorporated. All the different elements are incorporated into a TED talk. I'm going to show you the format right now. See, a TED talk, one, it has a key message. Okay. This is actually the final thing. There is one big, massive message that you're going to deliver to your audience through your 18-minute TED style talk. Every TED speaker delivers one important message to their audience, but they can't simply say that one sentence and say, okay, that's all right. So they understand what you want to say. So that's the big picture. They want the big picture before detail. Once they get it, they get your key message, but they want more proof, they want more evidence. So then you form their entire talk, but the goal is to deliver that ultimate key message to the audience. That is the final thing they're going to walk away with through your talk. Okay. But that's the final thing you figure out first, and then you reverse engineer, you work your way backwards, because this is your key message is a foundation on top of which you're going to build the entire talk. So you figure that out, and that is something we're going to do today. What is the next step? Then there is an opening, a captivating opening, where the TED speaker knows scientific techniques to grab the audience's attention the moment they start talking, because this is very important. If they don't have the audience's attention, then it's not serving the purpose, right? So then there's a captivating opening. Now the key message is divided into three parts, into supporting message one, supporting message two, supporting message three. All these three supporting messages are relevant to the ultimate key message. You're just breaking things down. Every supporting message will have a story. You'll share a few lessons learned of, and this story is relevant to the supporting message. The lessons are relevant to the first supporting message, and some data and evidence, some numbers and some statistics that are relevant to the first supporting message. They spend about 6-7 minutes on this one supporting message. Same thing is done for supporting message two. Same thing is done for supporting message three. And then there is a closing planned, a memorable closing. Again, scientific techniques used to close the talk in a way that it makes the talk extremely memorable. Because see, if your purpose is to persuade the audience to take some sort of an action, how likely are they to take any action if they don't even remember what you said? They're not likely at all. So you have to make it memorable. As a result of you delivering this talk, all of this will ultimately tie back up to the key message. Everything is related. This is a TED format. This is the TED structure. This is a $1 million template. This is what is done. Okay. This is how TED speakers are able to influence their audience, because it has all the elements. It's got the emotional appeal. It has credibility. It has data and evidence, scientific. It has everything that a powerful talk needs. And we have divided this into powerful levels, 12 levels, where we build a TED style 18-minute talk, one level at a time. And along the way, we are constantly practicing, learning new skills. And we are repeating, so that we're able to form those mental connections in our brain that will enable us to become a very powerful speaker effortlessly. Okay. So let's get started on this journey. Let's achieve level one today itself. Before you hit the bed, you have to achieve level one. What is level one? Level one, now I'll just hypothetically speaking, say you are invited for a talk. not TED talk, maybe any talk, but you are going to deliver a TED style talk. Say maybe you are invited at a college to give a guest lecture, or maybe at a conference. You have to announce in advance what are you going to deliver, what sort of a talk you're going to deliver, what is the message you are coming there to deliver. That has to be informed. So maybe your audience will be informed in advance, an email will be sent. So they'll figure out that okay, he's going to, or he or she is going to come and they're going to talk on this particular topic and this is the message they want to deliver. Fine, great. But they want more evidence, they want more proof, they want more information to be convinced of this message. You have to convince them, right? That is the key message. Now, to achieve your first level, you have to simply ask yourself a few questions. And those questions are, what is my topic? Figure out what your topic is, because you're going to make a video today. Why did I talk about passion? Why did I say it's important for you to have some specialized knowledge in the field, relevant experience, and that will lead to mastery, and passion is a result of mastery. Choose a topic of that sort where that your mastery in a certain field has led to you becoming passionate about that particular thing. Choose something like that. Okay. So what's your topic? Ask yourself that question, make a note of it. Okay. Who is my target audience? Who am I talking to? Because please understand, if you try to serve everyone, you will ultimately land up serving no one. So your target audience has to be well defined. Who is it that you are talking to? Because every age group is different. People in a certain field have different type of problems and challenges. Why do I target people above the age of 30? Because it's very clear in my mind that I only and only want to work with mid-career professionals and above, aspiring leaders and leaders. These are the people I want to work with, because I am trying to solve a problem that is only relevant to them. I want them to move to the next level in their career. I do not want to serve anybody else. That audience is clear in my mind. Who is your audience? So just imagine that, okay, you're going for this particular talk. This is the topic you're going to be speaking on. This audience is clear. So maybe if it's your office related stuff, maybe they are chief financial officers, they are salespeople, whoever they are, who is your audience? Okay. Third question, what is my goal? What sort of a behavior I wish to elicit from them? What am I trying to achieve through this talk? I'll give you a demonstration. Okay. So don't worry. What is your goal? What is the one thing you want your audience to walk away with after your talk? That one big idea, that's the key message you're going to deliver to the audience. Okay. So now what you need to do, you have to record a video telling us this. That, okay, hi, my name is so and so. My topic is this. My target audience is this. My goal is this. And my key message to my audience is this. You actually say it. Okay. I'll give you a demonstration. When you complete the first level today, you're going to earn 2000 points. And these points you will be able to redeem eventually, and you will find this out on day number 4. Okay. I'm going to give you a live demonstration of what you need to do. So if I had to I'll tell you what, if I had to record a video, how will I record it? Okay. So I'll say, hi, my name is Perseus. My topic is personality development. My target audience is final year MBA students who are about to enter the professional world. My goal is to impress upon their mind that while they are in the midst of acquiring this specialized, all these technical skills and domain knowledge through their formal education and the few internships that they have done, they should also focus on developing their personality, particularly their ability to communicate effectively, because that will take them a long way when they actually enter the professional world. So my key message to my target audience is personality development is the key to your success. Thank you. This is the video you have to make. That's it. And I will share a sample video. I'll share a sample video where I'm saying the same thing inside the WhatsApp group, so that it will help you. It will help you create a similar video. As simple as that. That is your first step. That's your first level. You will achieve your first level only by getting this clarity of what is your topic, who is your target audience, what is your goal, and what is your ultimate message. All right. Wonderful. Now, there's something else I want to share with you very quickly. I will share a ChatGPT prompt. Okay. Use this prompt. I'll give you an example. So if I say that I will be delivering a talk on digital transformation to a bunch of chief financial officers to large manufacturing companies. No, wait, sorry. This is the one. Okay. My goal is to represent my company's products and services and deliver an impactful talk at an upcoming conference. My target audience is chief financial officers of large manufacturing companies in India. I wish to generate leads for my business by triggering interest in them for our products and services through this talk. I plan to speak on the power of digital transformation. Help me with an impactful and memorable key message, less than 140 characters, a sentence long. Okay. That will serve as a foundation for my 18-minute TED style talk and something they will ultimately walk away with by the end of the talk. ChatGPT will give you something. See this: empower your enterprise, leverage digital transformation to deliver financial innovation and global competitiveness. This is just a help. So, you see, this prompt here has everything that I talked about. It has the topic, it has the target audience, the goal, and it is asking for help. Okay, I'm going to share it in the WhatsApp group as well. There's another document I'll share with you where there are sample key messages delivered by the best TED speakers in the world. I'm going to share this with you so that you get some help. I'm going to share the link. This is a Google document. I will share it with you inside the WhatsApp group. Okay. So you just have to create such a video and share it in the WhatsApp group. I will enable the messaging so that you're able to record, use your phone, record the video, share it in the same WhatsApp group. Just tell us your name and who you are so that we all know who you are, and that's it. Nothing much. That's all. Is that clear? Any doubts, any concerns, anything at all before we close? I'll allow you all to unmute now. I can give you 5 minutes. All right. How was the experience today? Anybody wants to share how was their experience? How do you feel about getting started on this journey? How do you feel about doing this activity today? How do you feel about it? Anybody wants to share anything? Anybody? You can unmute yourself. Just announce your name so that I know it's you talking. Anybody? You
Yes,
can
sir.
also type it in the chat box. Yeah. Just turn your video on if you're talking. Sanvi, is that you? Are you talking?
Yes, actually, my name is Lalita.
Oh,
Sanvi is
Lalita.
my
Okay, okay.
daughter.
Yeah, Sanvi is your daughter. Sorry, you did say that last time. I remember. Yes, yes. Yes,
I'm
Lalita.
feeling that I'm on the right path and
Great.
this should take me to my goal. So this is
Wonderful.
the feeling after this class.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Lalita. Thank you so much for sharing. Do you
Thanks.
have anybody has any other questions? Anything? Are you clear about
Good evening,
what you need to do?
Yeah.
Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm sorry, someone's talking. Can you?
Yeah, this is
Srinivas.
Srinivas.
Yeah. Yeah. One
this
second,
is-
Srinivas.
Yes.
Just a minute. Yeah. Yeah, Srinivas. Please go ahead.
Very good evening, every one of you. Thank you so much, sir. So really, it's an eye-opening session, Precious, sir. And I got so many ideas. Basically, I'm an educator. I look after academics. I think it might help me a lot to communicate
Absolutely.
with my colleagues, my faculty, my chairman, and my directors. At the same time, my students also. Thank you so much. I took a very wonderful decision. I felt so. Thank you.
Very nice, Srinivas. I'm so happy to hear that. Fantastic. I'm even more excited now to actually watch all of your videos because that is a part that really excites me. And I'm telling you, you will also get excited because you're not just recording your own video and sharing there, but you're also getting an opportunity to get to know other people, see their style of delivery. So it is now going to become a very conducive environment. Okay, we are all trying to learn together and grow together. So please diligently do this. It is very simple. I did it live on the call right now. It was totally effortless, right? Do it quickly before you go to bed. Just record the video, share it in the group, and you're done. You will earn your 2000 points today itself. Okay, excellent. So this session is recorded. It's being recorded, and it is right. Just a minute.
Recording is going on.
Yes. Yes, it's being recorded. Yeah. So I will upload it 2 hours later. Okay. I'm going to be in another session from 8:30 to 9:30. Once that is done, it will be uploaded. Yes, Nayan. Yeah.
So
Just a minute.
how long that speech should be?
Sorry.
How long that particular speech should be, or the dialogue?
Just a minute, 2 minutes. That's it. That's all. All you have to say is what is your topic? Who is your target audience? What is your goal? And what is your key message to your target audience? That's it. You want to speak at length, you want to speak a little more, no problem. It does not have to be a long video. It can be 40 seconds, 50 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, does not matter. Okay. That's it. As long as you're saying all these things. Why we are doing this? We're doing this so that you are basically starting to prepare to put this talk in place and give structure to it, right? So then when you know who your target audience is, who your what your topic is, what your goal is, and what your key message is, the talk is becoming clear in your own mind. And when it is clear in your own mind, will you be able to deliver the talk with clarity to another person? And then they will understand it with clarity. Okay, that is the purpose of it all. Awesome. All right, then. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining the session. It was a pleasure for me to conduct it. And as I said earlier, I am looking forward to receiving all of your videos. And I'm already excited to conduct the live session tomorrow at 7 p.m. So definitely be there. And until then, take care and good night. I will share everything in the WhatsApp group in some time. Okay, so take care. Don't worry, you will not be lost at all. All right, so take care and good night. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.